Hey Susie lovers, my name is Primacon and we have a really cool update for Deltarune today. The title is not clickbait at all. For most of us in the world, we'll get to play Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 on June 4th instead of June 5th. Less than a month till Deltarune and I'm so excited to do my Let's Play. If you haven't already, do subscribe. It's gonna be hype and you'll also be supporting my channel. Toby released a newsletter and basically to sum it up, I'm gonna leave it here so you can read it for yourself. So basically what he's saying is the game will be out at midnight in Japan, and because of how time zones work, if you're living in East Coast USA, you're 13 hours behind Japan. So for you, the game will be out on June 4th, 11 a.m. The only downside is if you're buying Deltarune on the Nintendo Switch 2, it will only be available to you at midnight local time. So for example, if you're living in US East Coast, you can play Deltarune at 11 a.m. on any platform other than the Switch 2. For the Switch 2, you'll have to wait all the way till midnight when it hits June 5th in your local time. But wait, there's more good news. Additionally, Toby is not doing the garbage scummy thing of charging $10 extra if you bought something on like an old console and want to upgrade a new copy. For example, if you buy some game on a PS4, you have to pay an upgrade fee to get the PS5 edition of the game. But on PlayStation and Nintendo, Toby Fox of course isn't doing that thanks to cross-buy. If you buy it on PS4 or PS5, you can get both the versions. Same with the Switch. If you bought the Switch 1 copy or a Switch 2 version, you get both the versions, except in Japan where the law requires you to pay an additional fees to upgrade from a Switch version to a Switch 2 version, for example. He also says that means both versions of the special room. Meow, my FOMO's clearing right up. I'm gonna pretend to ignore that. Thank you very much, Toby. Scientists couldn't fathom what goes on in his head. He talks a little bit about trophies, like gives a little sneak peek of them. Important thing to note is the way they're set up, you'll only receive a trophy once the current room where you unlock it ends. So you'll miss getting it if you turn off the game before that. So don't do that, gamers. But he does say though, in reality, I think you'll enjoy the game more if you don't pay attention to whether you get the trophies. Knowing him, this is probably a subtle hint that some trophies are just really fucked up to get. So who knows? Or maybe some trophies are tied to a really tough boss fight. Only time will tell, and not a lot of time for that matter. Less than 4 weeks. In my last venture in Deltarune, I beat the Jewel. Again, I continue to beat Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 in May, so I'm absolutely ready and caught up with the lore. And the day Chapter 3 and 4 drops, expect a long 1-hour Episode 1 of Part 3. I hope you're excited. I'll see you there. For now, Primacon signing out.